When you say that, farm for life, I just have to think that most farmers, they don't quit farming till they die. It's not just a career, it's a way of life. I'm Tyler Haerr. I'm a fourth generation farmer from Taylor, Missouri, and this is why I farm for life. So our farm is a corn and bean and Angus seed stock farm in northeast Missouri. We do a couple thousand acres of corn, bean, and hay, and then we raise about 40 cow-calf pairs. My great-grandpa moved here from central Illinois long before I was here, and we've been farming ever since. My grandpa and dad and I all farmed together here on the farm, so 3 generations. I came back to the farm in 2015 after I graduated from Kansas State. We've just been growing ever since. I really like the cattle industry, so we've been trying to grow that side of our operation. The diversification on our farm is something that I've really pushed for since I got back from school, just because you never know what the markets are going to do, or if one entity or one area of our farm is going to go down in the tank, such as the corn market. If it falls off, we still have the soybean market or the hay market to fall back on, or that cattle. So it really helps us spread the risk out and better manage our operation. Missouri is really special to me just because I was born and raised here. You know, I went to school out in Kansas, and they have a lot of cattle out there, which I really enjoyed, but they really don't have the row cropping of it. And it kind of loses something there. And if you go east to Illinois, they get a lot of row crop, but the cattle are kind of here and there, and there's just not a large number of that. With the diverse terrain in Missouri, we get quite a bit of acreage to row crop, as well as the ravines and wooded areas and pastures to run cows on. So that creates an environment to do both, best of both worlds, so to speak. Probably the biggest thing Dad's taught me is just a really good work ethic. We try to get things done really efficiently, and Dad and I talk through hours every day on what's the best way to do something, and making sure we're not missing a step and trying to make as few mistakes as possible and errors. So that's probably one of the biggest things that my dad's taught me, just how to go about something the right way, do it right the first time, get it done as quick and as efficiently as possible. Yeah, so what we're shooting for on this farm is a combination of quality and quantity. Some operations seem to focus solely on quality, while others in the show industry sometimes seems like they're just looking at quantity of the product and just how well the animal looks. We're shooting for a balance of that. So we're trying to create a product that is pleasing to the end consumer, as well as pleasing to look at in the pasture. It's fun to create the genetics and match the genetics that are not only taste good, but they're also fun to look at when you drive by, or the front pasture kind. When you say that, farm for life, I just have to think that most farmers, they don't quit farming till they die. They are usually in it for the long haul. It's not just a career, it's a way of life. And that's something that is hard for people that didn't grow up on a farm, that don't have it bred into them, so to speak. It's just hard for them to wrap their mind around it, because to them, going to town and going to a job, it's an 8 to 5 and you're done, you clock out and your mind's on something else. Here on the farm, your hours are dictated by the weather and what needs done at the time. The hours are somewhat irrelevant, and so it's definitely a lifestyle, and not everyone's cut out for it. Some people do it for a couple years when they're just getting into it, or think they want to come back because there are generations of farm before them, and it's just not for them. And that's fine, but because you really have to want to do what we do. It's not for everyone, but it is fun if you enjoy it.